Hey, so this is basically Dream Theater. I'm gonna be going through the history of the band and just like some of the songs will be featured in the concert that we're going to. So let's get started. Whoa, I didn't put any transitions in, so I guess they're just making it up. So the band started in 1985 with the lineup of John Petrucci on guitar, John Young on bass, and Mike Portnoy on drums. Those was the first three guys that met together. They were just friends in Berklee College and of Music in Boston, and they were like, "Hey, like we aren't really learning anything new, so why don't we just start like a band?" So then they did. Petrucci's got his buddy Kevin Moore to be the keyboardist, and then they looked around for a while to try and find a vocalist who was able to do what they wanted. So they landed on Charlie Dominici for vocals, and he was like actually experienced, so he was sort of like able to help them out, like get their footing. All right. So after that bit, they released their first album, "When Dreaming Day Unite," in 1989. Me personally, I have a hard time listening to it because uh, Charlie Dominici's only the singer for this album, so it's hard. It's very jarring. But there is their first instrumental on this album called Yeezy Jam, which is pretty good. And so what happened with that is the tour they did. It was only four spots, and after the third gig, like Charlie Dominici was like, "Hey guys, like you guys are cool, and I like doing this, but I literally can't do what you need me to do as a vocalist." So they were like, "All right, let's just do the last one, and then you can, you know, do whatever you gotta do." So then they did another round of auditions and landed on I forgot to put James LeBrie. James LeBrie is the vocalist, starting with their second album, Images and Words, released in 1991. This whole album is like really good, and it features their only hit, which was able to get them on the board, called "Pull Me Under." You probably know that one. It's really good. And also, I'll be on the right of the album. I'll also be noting songs that will be played at the concert. So if you want to like listen to them or like get familiar, I know I would, but maybe that's just me. So they will be doing "Take the Time," which is super cool because that was like another song that they put a lot of effort into. Like it's a long song and it has lots of twists and turns that really do like. After that, in '94, they released their third album, "Awake." This one's also pretty good, like of the classic era, which I'll get into that later. Uh, like Awaken, Images and Words are both very good albums. Like they have lots of stuff. What I really like about Awake is that a lot of the songs like connect to each other. I mean, there's a set of three songs which are all like related and blend into each other and reference each other. So like people argue, you could make the argument that that was their first epic, as in like a song that's extra long and like is a whole other thing. You know what I mean? Like Octavarium or the Shadow Man incident. So yeah, this album is fucking cool. And for this album, it was the last one that Kevin Moore did as keyboardist because he just wasn't really he was just wasn't what he wanted out of it, and so he had to call quits, unfortunately. And then in '95, this is not an album. This is their only EP, and it's very weird for an EP because it only has one original song, which is their inarguably first epic, that being "A Change of Seasons," which they will be playing at the concert as the encore. And like since it's an epic, it's like long, it's like 20 minutes. So with this EP, it was like just that song and then a bunch of other covers, which was odd. So like I don't really know much about it, but I do know that Derek Sharinian came in as the keyboardist for that album or for that EP, and also for the following album, which is Falling into Infinity. A lot of people aren't as big as a fan of this one because they were like told by their producer to like try and make songs that are more radio friendly instead of doing their ultra nerd shit. Which I mean, eh, like come on, let them do their thing. But like, I personally don't hate it. Honestly, a lot of the songs on there I do like. It sort of like emphasizes the amount of variety the Dream Theater can have, just like throughout their entire discography. Like they can do like quote unquote simpler songs and they still sound really good, at least to me. They will play Peruvian Skies at the concert, which is fucking awesome. I love that song, and I highly recommend you listen to it. Okay, so this is a little side tangent. So this is not actually officially Dream Theater. This was a quote unquote super group called Liquid Tension Experiment that has John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy in it. So like that's the guitarist and the drummer. Then also they got the bassist from King Crimson, Tony Levin, and I don't remember where Jordan Rudess was from initially, but Jordan Rudess would become the like permanent like keyboardist for the following future. Like, so they knew each other from Liquid Tension Experiment, and then when they released their next album, Metropolis Part Two, Scenes from a Memory, that's when Jordan Rudess came on to do keyboard. And oh, I totally forgot to mention. In Images and Words, there's a song called Metropolis Part One, and the whole thing about this album was that they wanted to make an epic for Metropolis Part 2, but it was like their previous album was like all of the like radio friendly shit, so it just wouldn't fit in there at all. They're like, eh, just fuck it, let's just make it a whole album, a whole concept album. And I this album is fucking awesome. I recommend listening to the whole thing. But at the concert, they will be playing the songs "Through My Words" and "Fatal Tragedy," which is dope. I do like those songs. Oh, with the previous this so like just for me like how I classify it, like with this begins the golden era in which they had a very consistent lineup with Portnoy on drums, Petrucci on guitar, Myung on bass, Rudess on keyboards, and Labrie singing. Uh that's my favorite lineup for sure. And so like yeah, the previous stuff was like the OG era and then this is the golden era. Also, they do a very cool thing at the end of this album. It transitions into the next album, so like it ends with like some TV static, and then this one starts with TV static. This is 60 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. It's in 2002. It only has 6 songs, but the it's a double album. So like the first 5 songs are on the first disc, and then the second disc is just 6 degrees, and that song is so fucking long. It's like it is their longest song, kinda, because in the album it's split up into multiple parts, but it is a cohesive one song that's 40 minutes long. It's pretty good, but it is very long. And then this album ends with like a certain chord, like an angelic chord that starts off the next album, Train of Thought. This album, I love a lot. It's like got a lot of heavier stuff that they've written, just like more of like thrashy metal stuff, just really cool, but like still mixed in with the good nerdy shit. And then they will be playing As I Am at the concert, which is awesome. I love that song. And this album, like last song, ends with just a single low note on a piano, and that's what starts Octavarium, which is my favorite album. I've gone over Octavarium. It's another concept album that's not narrative driven, but all the songs are connected. Like if you take a piano and just go up the scale and all the white keys, each song is in that key. So like the first song is an F, and then the following song's in G, then A, and then B, and then C, D, E, and then F at the end. And then this album also closes off the ending last album, starting new album thing by having it loop in on itself, so it ends with the same low piano note. And you should listen to this whole album. I fucking love it. And yeah, that's all for Octavarium. But this is Systematic Chaos. Is another excellent album. It's got a lot of good stuff in here. Just songs that I like. I mean, I went over The Dark Eternal Night a bunch and Forsaken. I fucking love those songs. So yeah, that's pretty much. And then the last one of the golden era, I'd say, is Black Clouds and Silver Linings, because this is the last album that Mike Portnoy was in before he left the band due to just like him. It was like a whole thing where like he was being very possessive of the band and like being pretty control freaky, and it was just like he like took a step back. And was like, this just isn't working. I need to like do something else. So then he left the band, and oh yeah, they will be playing the song "A Rite of Passage," which is good. I like that song. I mean, there aren't many Dream Theater songs I don't like, but it's a good one. So that's the end of the golden era, and then with dramatic turn of events, this is when they got the new drummer Mike Mangini, who is more like technical, like does a lot more precise things. Um, they're both like comparing Mangini and Portnoy is like it's kind of just like apples and oranges because they do different stuff with the drums, and they're both really good. That's the thing is that they're both really good. So at this point, the main producer of the albums, it's like just like the person who's sort of like directing the whole thing, like putting it all together. It was Petrucci and Portnoy up until this point when Portnoy left, and it was just John Petrucci doing it. Yeah, so this is I'll just call it the Mangini era. I don't hate it. I was definitely in the, I it's I don't like it as much as like the golden era, but it's still got slappers in it. Don't get me wrong. Like on the Backs of Angels, and from this one's really good. And Build Me Up, Break Me Down. Yeah, man, it's good. Following that, they have their self-titled album, which is just called Dream Theater. And so I mean, this is another like I mean, it is a good album. It's just like not one that I really come back to a lot. But there is one song on it that is insanely good called "The Enemy Inside," which they will play at the concert, as you can see there. And you should listen to that one. I mean, I've probably played it. You've probably heard it, but it's really good. You should listen to it anyway. Next, the next album they did was The Astonishing. This is kind of like the stinker of the discography, and like not even because it's bad, it's just too much. It's another double album, except if it being instead of it just being like one big song, it's just like an extra long. It's like 2.5 hours, or maybe even 3 hours. It's just too long, but it's still like a concept album. So there's this whole narrative going on, and uh, it's just too much to like get into, if I'm being honest. But I mean, there are some good songs on there, like "Moment of Betrayal" is pretty good. But yeah, that's the astonishing for you. Then after that, they did Distance Over Time. This is a pretty good album. Like this is a pretty good like back to form sort of album. Songs like Untethered Angel and not Wither. That's from Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Oh, Paralyzed. That's right, Paralyzed. Like those two songs are quite good. And it like this was a pretty good comeback for them after the Astonishing, which was kind of it's not even like they're too smart. It was just like too big for its own good for like not for anyone that's not an ultra nerd to deeply enjoy. Like you'd have to fully I'm sorry, I'm still going on about the Astonishing, but like Distance Over Time is pretty fucking good. Then the last album that Mangini did with Dream Theater was A View from the Top of the World. This album is alright. Again, I don't listen to the Mangini era stuff nearly as much as the OG and Golden era stuff, but like the Alien's pretty good. What the hell was it? Invisible Monster, Invisible, and Answering the Call. Those are like both like pretty good songs. Like they're worth listening to. And so yeah, this was the last one Mangini did, and then afterwards, like in 2020, 20 like 23ish maybe or 4ish, they announced that Mike Portnoy is coming back after doing a whole bunch of shit. Like he went around to a bunch of bands just helping out here and there. He like worked with I don't have a list ready, but he did a bunch of stuff, and he was able to like mellow out and like learn to like just sometimes like let things go or just like not be super controlly, even though it's like something he's very passionate about, which is very cool. And that's where Parasomnia leads us. And this album was released this year. I fucking love it. This is the main focus of the show. The entire first act will just be the entire album in order, so you should listen to it. And it's like all based like around dream stuff, which makes sense. They're called Dream Theater. And yeah, so that's pretty much where that leaves us. Oh, I forgot to make. I'm gonna make an extra slide. I'm gonna make an extra slide for you. Ready for this shit? Boom. All right, here we go. Let's change it to equal sharp. Make it like. There we go. There we go. Nailed it.